Give me share my screen. So kita on that. Lesson 8 is on file management with Windows Vista, but for the later part ang aton subong is on also the same na practice taton sa mga bag-o naton nga mga OS, no, like mga Windows 11, Windows 10 bisubong, or mga latest release ng mga versions sa aton nga operating systems or OS naton. So the objectives is to define file management, identify the parts of the computer window, define the uses of the computer window naton, of course, management sang files, not only the files but also the folders, the subfolders, and renaming and naming the types of these folders in organizing your uh, computer files and computer explorers in your window. And also having to name, select, and save the basics naman naton, display views, copy, move, and deleting files and folders. Also using the help option, which is I think barely yung natin ginagamit na because we also already have the internet. And then how to search for your local files in your computer. So for your vocabulary, we have the following terms to add: contents pane, destination, details pane, explore windows, file management, folder, keyword, preview pane, the source, and the storage media. So file management defined as the key system resources sa aton nga sa aton nga unod sa aton nga computer system. So these are the files, folders, and storage media. So OS is what we use. If you remember the previous lecture, no, about how the uses of OS, it helps manage these resources, including Windows Vista, but also for other newer versions of the Microsoft Windows operating system. So in the same settings, it provides a number of tools for managing the computer. They call the file. They call it as the file manager or the explorer or Windows Explorer ng aton common term. We also have the Documents Explorer, pictures, music, videos, and downloads. So kung sa aton, kung ma-open mo na sa inyo startup sa inyong computer, mayroon da mga quick access, makita mo na ang Windows desktop, ang my computer nyo, pictures, documents, videos, ang mga naka-design. The same na concept and the division of the variety of your file managers. So the process of organizing this and keeping track of these files is what you call the file management. File manager ang gaubra or file explorer, and you have the process which they call as the file management. So the file management is built on the foundation of files, folders, and storage media, and by its basic description, it defines a wide range of objects, not only by the file nga pareho sa ato nga text document, but also can refer to an image, video, or music. But it is also including the set of instructions that is the computer needs to operate. Also the program files sa mga naton yung .exe, mga software naton nga magranda sang isa ka game. For example, may mga .exe files na those are executable files, and the rest are also used within a computer are so called your program files. So kung document, again, text document, also an image, video, music, same concept with a wide range of objects defining it. So for a folder, it is a container that used to store and organize these files. So tinatawag ito nga file folder or file management folder. These are created and stored on the disk or other storage media. Aton usually is naka-store yun sa aton sa hard drive, or ang common naton nga location is sa aton nga document or sa drive C. And then also in our output, mga magnetic disk, optical disk, mga aton nga flash drives, PC cards, etc. Also this storage media that includes this variety of files. So man may imagine na mamitsura sa music, no, may play icon or We have the anong sumo ni bago ang music ang note icon to define that it is the symbol for a music file. And kay image file to usually may preview sina makita ba na may preview sa you can also check the ano no so ang kind of video makita mo pwede mga preview pane or you can use also extra large icons list or just a description type of viewing. The same with the documents and folders. Also, one example natin. We will have these icons which contain this kind of files inside, or the majority of files are contained with this kind of icon for that file inside that folder. So the Windows computer window, it contains two panes, which is the contents pane, among usually sa right, and the fixed then removable storage devices. So the disk drive icons identify the storage media devices. So kung may ara pang floppy disk drives ng inyong computer, these are usually defined by drive A and B. Amo na nga aton drive C is typically starting sa C, no? Wala tang tawagan drive A ang atong hard disk. By its definition nga gamit sa una, drive A and B are reserved for this type floppy disk drives. Galing kagin eradicate ng use din eh. So program retain ang numbering sang numbering ang letters ang order sa aton nga mga hard drives. So drive C is your typical starting letter to define your hard disk directory or drive folder. And also for the CDs and DVDs, gasunod magyapon they are labeled as D, E, F, and so on and so forth. And when I click on the computer window, this drive is highlighted and the information on the selected drive appears in a details pane in the lower part of the window. Either in the lower part or also appears as a mouse over type of a box nga may description or short detail about that certain drive or computer folder drive. So in managing folders and files, we use folders to organize these files based on the disk properties of file name keywords. Also called tags ang ating isama nato nga term for defining these keywords. Kay pero usually we use keywords gid kay mo tinong pinaka basic naton nga term to organize and kumbaga ma-arrange naton by letter or by number with the use of the keyword to check on these files nga common na to nga files nga may amo nga keyword or certain number keyword. Dila lang may sulod naman. Okay. So Windows Vista Normal Common Explorer folders to get you started. The same yung makita nyo na pag-open nyo sa quick access nyo nga Windows, no? Di ba may folder na ka muna pag-open mo? Magawa na ng quick access bar. Tapos sa lower left, usually dara na makita mo. Amo man yung order yapon. Documents, which stores document files, pictures, for storage pictures, music, and also storing digital music or local nga music naton. Also videos for storing digital videos and movies. Sino itong gambal? Ito lang ka na ya. And then next, for the preview pane, this is where the documents, music, and pictures explorer appears. So let you preview the content without opening the file. Though usually, ang ibang setup naton by document, if ang default siya ng preview pane is naka-hidden siya or naka-off ang iyang mo ng setting. So you would usually add the preview nga adaan when you mouse over the file or you right click on the file and use the preview button. Kung ano naman, kung sa setup naman sa mga music, usually di mo ganyan preview by by listening, no? So but usually you would preview it by actually playing it in the MP3 player. The same with sa the same with sa videos, although may ara sa mga videos nga pwede mo siya nga pag mouse over mo na sa iya, ma-play siya sa gamay nga clip. Pero pagkakas mo na sa mouse, di man na madula naman. But that is also another mga bago na version in having a preview of your file. And the same in not only in pictures but also in your videos type of files. Puti depende naman na po kung sa mga bago na mga versions ng Windows sa mga muna nga type is possible. Unlike this current diri nga we only have the preview pane to do the previewing of your files. So next, amo na ato yung first video, we can check on familiarity ka mo diri no sa favorite links. Usually kung naka-profile ni si mga computer, so si Dolores niya profile, amo niya Mania Files. These are the favorite links or the quick access toolbar. And sa dalom sini, ang unod sa isa, if you have selected this one, for example, updata, type in na sa diri sang short nga detail including the possible number of files inside it or the number of subfolders kung ara pagid ng subfolders and also the other related info. So to mga base sa mga 12 items, you have 12 folders or 12 directories nga ari di sa mo nga window. So this defines this information. Now for the naming of your folders and files, so you need basically the basic naming to have them found. So you cannot have blank names for your files or folders, and file names can have up to 255 characters max in their names. Also for their extensions, they consist of 2 to 4 characters. Makita mo na mga .doc na to, mga .xls ang mga nasa to Excel file. Kung sa MP3 naman or .mp3 or mp4 for videos, and also have .ppt, PowerPoint, .pdf for Adobe PDF files. The same na those are called as your file extensions. So appearance separates the file name in the extension. Makita nyo man ako as you browse along the files in your directory, no? You can change the file type and extension when you save the file using the Save As dialog box. The Save As dialog box can be found when you right-click on the file and you choose it from the list of drop-down. Meron usually file, Save As, save directory, rename, change file type, etc. Mga muna. These are listed in your right-click dialog box. So including also the Save As wherein you can change the file type and extension name of your file. So sa Vista, may mo na siyang option that you can create folders and subfolders in your computer window through the Explorer folders and in software programs. So there are many options in renaming the deleting of file. Nga madali mo sa dito by clicking on the file and right clicking for delete or click mo sa tapos tumukon mong delete button sa mga keyboard, and may also you can drag it sa recycle bin naman na, pero also method for deleting. And for renaming is lang inubra ko na select ko lang ang file tapos i-press F2 for the rename shortcut or just right click ka sa dialog box and choose rename. Amo man ang mga default option. So use caution when deleting a folder since we also delete all the files in the folder. Usually na yun, another option na sila is kung anong file nga sa sulod sa folder nga na kung naka-open sa certain program or software sa imong computer, they will not allow you to delete that file direkta because it is currently run or being executed by a certain program or software by your computer. So usually, they would ask you to close the program that are using that file before you were able to delete that file. So in the same folder, no, you do not use it will make sure that all the files inside that folder are not used by certain program or software to be able for you to delete it. So when deleting a file folder from the most major storage devices, automatic na delete, unlike sa aton kung sara ang file. Kung ara ang file sa sulod sang computer mismo or sa hard drive mo, you would go to the recycle bin. But not when you are deleting the file sa imong flash drive, sa flash drive mo or sa imong floppy disk. So mo ginang isa ka drawback. So when deleting a folder or file from a hard disk, it goes to the Windows recycle bin. Amo to naton balang. So in organizing files, files can be organized by moving, copying, deleting files and folders. And by the first step is to select the files. And by deselecting it, amo to ba double click or right click to cut, or amo na choose options from the dialog box and select two or more adjustment, or just you will just usually press and hold the shift key, or kung sa bago naman you can just drag the mouse, i-drag mo siya kung din nga file ang gina-select mo from the first file up to the last file nga ma-select niya. Ma-highlight mo na siya, which means it is selected by that mouse nga mo ng file nga i-copy mo or i-move mo from one folder to another. So sa shift key naman, press the first file in the series, press and hold down the shift key, and then click to the last file in the series. Now, to select the files that are not adjacent, you will press and hold the control key. Control naman ang gamiton mo. And then click on its files. Amo nang isa, kung hindi sila tulupaday, amo nang overhaul mo. You can control, click. But kung adjacent sila, you can use shift button. Tandaan mo, malagyan na tandaan yung duwa. Click and control functions. Now, for moving from the Windows to Windows, just basically copy, delete, and move files from one location to another. So, move from a source location to what you call a destination, or destination folder and a source folder. And the source folder is a disk containing the file to be copied, and destination is the location or folder of disk where you're copying or moving the file or the group of files. So whenever files are moved or copied, both the source and destination locations should be visible. So to copying files in folders, since usually if you need a lot of files in copy mo, you usually put it in a folder and rename that folder to that custom mo, no? Tapos naman rin i-copy mo. Usually duplicate it in a different location and leave the original in place. That is the safety method in which nga ang mga original nga file would still remain nga mo to gyapon, and kung mga changes mo to nga iban nga files nga gin-duplicate mo kag isalin mo sa different location or sa hard disk or sa diin para nga kalatuan niya, will still have its own copy. Kung sa naman, copying a file to a folder on your location with a different disk, select it and drag the file to the source location or to its destination location. Usually kung the same window mala makita mo na you can basically clicking a file folder and just drag it. Kung sa sa C sabi, no? Kung halika na sa C nga folder and may partition ka, may di ka bagid nga destination nga location, you can just drag the folder basically from the C kung din siya naghalin nga folder, and then paste it. Basically ma-paste na siya once nga ibuyan mo ng mouse nga drag sa iya nga destination location. Once nga ara to siya naka-highlight sa destination location niya. So to copy a folder file to a new location on the same disk, select it and hold the down key as you drag it to the new location. Now for moving a file folder to a new location of a different disk, same lang ginasa method. Ginambal ko, select it and drag it to the new destination by hovering up until ang destination yung location mo na on that different disk is being highlighted or selected. So dito man nasa dayon, once magbuya ka na nasang click, makapy na nasa dayon dito sa mo to nga new location. So the alternate method of moving copying files is to drag the file using the right mouse button. Depende mo sa setup, you can also use the left mouse. Again, since amo nang sa mga bago sa mga default na location nila, using the click no left click and hold amo nang ganyan na drag mo siya, and then copying it to the new file or folder location, and then you just release the steady on that left click. So when you release it, it appears to be dropping by dropping the file folder to its destination folder. So usually you will have your options to copy here or move here. Kung mahaba ka ng copy here, it will just produce a copy of that file or folder. Tapos ang original nga file mo to kag folder ara mo to gyapon siya nga source nga location. Whereas kung move naman, ang source location madula, it will move to the new location kung di mo copy ang file or folder. So searching for files, you have these three scenarios or your three useful search options. So if we is located in a common folder, such as the features folder, you just use the search box at the top of the folder window. For the search of the group of different no filter no but related files, filter by using the column heading above the group of files by clicking on the list arrow. In this case, you are using one filter. The filter type of searching ang ginagamit mo. For scenario 3, searching by files and date, you can use multiple filter, or you can use the sort option. Kung i-right click mo lang sa dialog box, may sort option na click, pag right click mo na ma-sort siya, no? Sort siya by name, by date, by date modified, by type, and by size. Amo na nga type of filtering is also an option for you in searching for files. For example, by searching for the date modified o ano pinakabago nga file nga gin-edit mo, or you can search for the file with the biggest size. For example, amo itong size nga gusto mo i-delete para nga tultawa imong hard disk. Then you can sort it by clicking on the size and the file size of that search folder. So getting help and support, ang mga usual na ito yung ginagamit. Those sa mga bago nga version, they have this support nga wala sa computer, no? They lets you browse through the browser lang, online support nila nga help document. So online assistance most of the promising counters when working with computer with files. So search support the start menu, you click on the window na search, no, maning sa browse help button, maning sa Vista na galing nga version. But to us, sa mga bagong version, you just press F1 to open the browser window for the search help and other options kinahanglan mo para mag-solve sa mga problems sa imong computer. So to summarize, computer windows and Windows Explorer windows are file managers. Folders are used to store organized files. The view button in the border window lets you control how files and folders are displayed in the contents pane. And the viewing options are extra large, medium. You can also have a preview pane to view into it. Also have the list details and tiles. So file names can be up to 255 characters. They include 2 to 4 character extension, which identifies the application to which the file was created. And then you can create folders in the computer window and Explorer's window. And once a file folder is deleted from a removable storage devices, it is gone forever. However, if you delete it from the hard disk, it will go to the recycle bin. Tandaan nyo. If the removable storage media device, delete na gina forever. So kung sa hard disk, makatubad na sa recycle bin. So you still get the chance to recover it if ever nagsala ka mo sa delete. So ang suggest ko, ang practice nyo dira is mag-copy ka mo sa file nga gusto nyo i-edit, i-copy nyo anay sa desktop sa computer or sa certain folder nga gusto nyo or sa mga my documents na dira mo na i-copy tapos amo na pag-edit mo. Para nga avoid na lang at least ang gina-edit mo to nga bag-o ara pa to chance nga kaso i-delete mo siya ara pa sa recycle bin like sa if you're editing directly from removable media storage device, then may chance nga mag-delete mo sina, madula na gini sa forever. Hindi mo na siya ma-recover. Then you can rename a file folder using the window, and you can also move and copy files and folders. Several options are available, and the Windows Help and Support feature provides assistance information in Windows features and programs. And tandaan, F1 ang imo nga shortcut para mag-open sa help option sa Windows. So that is the wrap for this chapter, lesson 8. Any questions? May clarification sa mangkot sa mo tong set sa topic na ton.